Hello. Welcome to Rewire Your Mind. My name is Joey Hodges, and today I'm going to be talking about a perspective shift that might just change your life. What if I told you that every failure, every heartbreak, every setback, every hardship was happening for you and not to you? And what if I told you that if you don't understand this and live your life knowing this, you will never, and I mean never, become who you're meant to become. You will never achieve the life you are capable of achieving. Now, the way I'm going to start off today's episode is talking to you about a hardship that I went through last year involving my landscaping company. A huge hardship that affected so many areas of my life, and affected me so deeply. And yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys about what exactly it was, what it did to me, how I felt, and how I started to shift my mindset and my perspective to escape the stress, to escape the anxiety, and to have peace of mind again. And I'm just going to get straight into it. Last year, summertime, we picked up a big project, and it was the biggest one yet, about a $30,000 job. And I'm not going to talk too much in details, but pretty much some things went wrong, misquoted, didn't take certain things into account. And, even in the midst of all that, during the project, about less than halfway through, keep in mind it was supposed to take 3 weeks and it took 3 months. But about halfway through, I had to fire two of our main full-time guys, caught them doing something they shouldn't have been doing. And it was just, it couldn't slide. So had to let them go, which obviously was a big setback in itself because they were the ones doing the majority of the work. And that required me to be there a lot more and to just essentially work full time in the business and not so much on the business. That's a whole other story, but pretty much at the end of it, like I said, it took 3 months instead of 3 weeks. You can only imagine how that would affect us financially. But I went in debt, 9K. And yeah, that was at the end of it. But even throughout the whole thing of going months without making any money and just working my ass off, I was starting to lose myself in a sense because I was letting the stress of the situation, of the not making money, of the mistakes that kept piling up, of the different things I had to take care of the not having the time to do the internal work of the business, not even having the time, well, not, I wouldn't say having, but not making the time to work out as much as I should and to be taking care of my body. And all these different factors, like I just said, I was starting to lose myself. I was living in a state of stress. I was living in a state of anxiety, and it affected every area of my life. Obviously, my financials, but it affected my relationship. It affected all my relationships, my energy. It changed who I was. I wasn't the same version of myself I am right now. I wasn't living in the same state that I'm living right now. And the thing that got me out of it was understanding. And I wish this happened sooner, but it didn't happen till after we finished the project and after I realized maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this happened for a reason. Maybe God is trying to put me on a different path. And then it all started to click, and I'm starting to realize that I've been ignoring the signs. I've been ignoring what God has been telling me, what I feel in my heart that I want to do, the passion that I have, the purpose that I feel. And I was chasing money. I was chasing success. I was chasing approval of others. And it led me into a place of losing myself almost because I wasn't living in alignment. I know what I want to do with my life. I knew then. I knew I had a calling. I knew landscaping wasn't for me, that I wanted to help others improve their lives, improve their mental health, build relationships with themselves. And I was ignoring that voice, keeping myself distracted, and I was not following my heart. And all that to say, all of that had to happen. I had to go broke. I had to go in debt. I had to lose it all in order for me to realize that that wasn't for me. Obviously, I wasn't learning the lesson on my own. I've had these thoughts for long, but I wasn't accepting them. So God forced me out of it. He forced me into a position where I had no other choice but to change what I was doing and to find what was right for me. Yes, there was plenty of mental strength and fortitude gained from going through those hard times, but ultimately it guided me onto the path that I'm supposed to be on. And just looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. Not the mistakes that I made, not the things that I overlooked. Because if it didn't, I would not be here right in front of you right now telling you that the struggles in your life are happening for a reason. They are trying to teach you a lesson. They're trying to show you a part of you you need to dig deep in. They are trying to strengthen you and build you up for the future you're going to live, for the person you're supposed to become, for the purpose that you have. 3 years ago, I was depressed. I hated myself. I smoked every night because I couldn't sleep, because I couldn't escape my mind. I was addicted to nicotine, to porn, to hanging out with people, escaping. Everything was just an escape from my mind. But all of that had to happen so that I could get out of it, so that I could learn what I learned, gain the wisdom that I've gained, and help the people that I've helped, and continue to spread this word and have this impact and bring up the world. And you are meant to do the same. What you are going through right now, somebody else is going to go through in the future. And if you can get through it and understand how to get through and all the lessons in between, you will be able to help that person and make them not feel so much anxiety, not feel so much stress, shorten that period. But not only that, you will be fulfilled. But even beyond fulfillment, you will have peace, peace of mind. You will have love, love for yourself, love for life. You will have joy, not happiness, joy, pure joy, where you can wake up in the morning and know you are where you are meant to be. Know that you are living the life you are supposed to. Know that everything is just as it's supposed to be. Because listen, regardless, hard things are going to happen. Struggles, trials, tribulations are going to happen. You have to choose how you perceive them, how you react. You can either stay a victim and say, why is this happening to me? Beat yourself up, stay in a state of stress, and continue on this cycle. Or you can ask, what can I learn from this? Be honest with yourself. Where is the lesson? You probably won't even realize what the lesson is in the moment. You may never. But you will come out of it a different version of yourself, a better version of yourself. All right, so next time someone pisses you off, someone annoys you, ask yourself, why did this trigger me? What in that statement, what in that tone, what was it that truly made me feel hurt or annoyed? But nonetheless, that right there is an opportunity for you to become more patient. If you ask God for more patience, He's not going to give you patience. He's going to give you an opportunity to become patient. He's going to give you something that you need to be patient about. Or if you ask God that you need more discipline, He's not going to instill discipline in your mind. He's going to put thoughts in your mind of doing certain things. And then right there, you have the opportunity to take action and to be disciplined. But a lot of the time, it's not going to be something that you ask for. It's just going to be something that God knows you need. Because at the end of it, God already knows your story. He knows your plan. He has it all lined out for you. And He is going to do things in your life every single day that are going to guide you there. It might be clear, it might not be clear, but it is for you. So remember, God has a plan for you. God is trying to guide you down the path you are meant to live. But He can't do the work for you. He can't take action for you. He can't do the healing for you. He can't save you. We are in control. The harsh truth is that you control the life you live with the actions you take. The reason you are where you are right now is because of the past. Past actions, past thoughts, they've led you into this moment. And not to say if you aren't in the best place in your life and you're not happy where you are, that you should beat yourself up, because that ultimately does nothing. And I have fell back into cycles and terrible mindsets and unhealthy habits so many times in my life when I knew I shouldn't be doing these things. And I knew the truths. And I knew I was meant for more, but I continued living that way. And beating myself up only kept me there. It wasn't until I realized I am not perfect. I'm a human, and this is a part of my journey, and I gotta go through these times, that I started to have a little more grace with myself and started to actually see steps and improvements forward. And I'm not saying don't be hard on yourself at times and let things slide, but don't beat yourself up. Don't treat yourself in a way that you wouldn't treat other people. There's a difference between tough love and just being mean. So don't be mean to yourself, but be honest with yourself. Are you really doing the things you know you need to be doing? Now let me ask you, why is that? Do you want to change? Do you want a better body? Do you want a better mind? Do you want better relationships? Do you want these things? Because if you want them, you must go get them. You must make them happen. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is coming to save you. God can do a lot, and He can help you so damn much more than you know. And I encourage you to have Him by your side. But it's not enough to just pray to God and believe in Him. You must hold yourself accountable and responsible for your life, for your future. So listen, if you aren't in the best mental state right now, let me ask you a few questions. Are you working out consistently? And by consistently, I mean at least 4 to 5 times a week for 45 minutes of intensive training. Are you eating healthy? Are you eating enough calories, enough protein, enough fats, staying hydrated? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you not spending so much damn time on your phone? Are you making the time for yourself? Meditating, journaling. Are you prioritizing yourself, your health, your mind? Because if you're not doing these things, how can you expect to improve? How can you expect your mind to settle? How can you expect to find yourself, to love yourself, to trust yourself? And now, as far as external things that you can't really control that are affecting you, just have a little bit of trust, okay? Have some trust in God and that He's doing it for a reason. Maybe it's not even for you. Maybe it's for someone else. But you simply going through this time is preparing you to have a level of strength to do something that you can't even imagine that you are going to do in your future. So the biggest thing that's going to ultimately help you stay on this path and live in this way is shifting your perspective to growth. To, with everything and anything that happens, how can I grow? What can I learn? What can I improve? And I know all this can be a little harsh and a little heavy. Just remember that what you're going through right now is temporary. The discomfort, the uneasiness, the anxiety, the pain, the hurt, the heartbreak, the failures, it is temporary, and you will be okay. I promise you. It will be okay. You will be okay. You will find yourself. You will love yourself. You will be proud of yourself. You will do what you're meant to do. But in these moments, I need you to do your best to try and take control of your mind. Not allow yourself to stay in these states of overthinking everything, of feeling like, why is this happening to me? And search for a way to grow from it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take time, but it is the only path. It is the only path for you to get to the life you want to live. It's not the path that the majority are on, so don't expect to look around you and see everyone living this way, okay? Because everything around you is going to try and keep you on this path. But you have the ability. Yes, look, I'm talking to you. You have the ability to rewrite your story, to shift your perspective right now. And the next time a struggle comes your way, you say, hell yeah, I'm going to grow, okay? Because yes, maybe it's not going to feel the best, but at the end of the day, every struggle, every hard time is growing you. It's making you stronger. Every time something comes my way now, I'm like, try me. Try me, because not that I want to go through it, but I know that it has to happen in order for me to get to where I'm meant to be. And I'm getting there. So if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. All right, I know this was kind of all over the place, but listen, this is the mindset shift that you need to make. And the more time that you let go by, the harder it's going to get. So make the change, okay? Meditate on this, journal on this, whatever you got to do. Engrave it into your brain and live by it. Now, if you could, please share, follow, like, send it to someone you think might need to hear this, and see you soon.